Hi, I'm Greg Secord from OpenText and Neary Virtual Chapter. Today I have with me Darrell Heaps from Q4, and Darrell Heaps is going to talk to us about social media. We've talked earlier, Darrell, and welcome to the show. We've talked earlier about some of the strategic side, but I'm interested in more of the hands-on areas of social media that when we think about implementing a strategy. What do we think about for cost? What do we think about for measurement? How, and perhaps even return. How do we measure a return on an investment in a social media strategy for investor relations? Your thoughts?
Sure, great. Well, thanks again for having me. It's a pleasure to be able to chat with you today, Greg. I guess starting off with costs, it really depends on how big that commitment is to the channel. So starting with things, obviously the tools are free. So things like Twitter or Facebook or uploading a video to YouTube, all of that doesn't cost anything per se. So on the one end, in terms of how to get started, it's very, very inexpensive. There's lots of solutions out there to how to automate content to go to Twitter, whether it's using like an RSS feed or some sort of more integrated type system. But then it can also, where the cost comes is really the creation of content and the time commitment. So as you move up that continuum to a point where it's a really integrated component of your business, you're looking at personnel time, which is really the biggest chunk. And one of the values that we see is really producing video. So doing videos of your CEO or something like that, speaking on a quarterly basis. That's where you can get some costs in place where, maybe like $1,000 or $1,500 to do a quarterly video of your CEO so that you can push through those channels.
Now, how would you put together kind of a target plan for how social media would target a certain audience? And typically, what are you seeing IROs do for that?
I think the two main audiences that you're able to target through the web is either an institutional focus or retail. What we've found the easiest way is looking at retail. It's more effective, we've found, is using Facebook. Facebook seems to be more of a retail type platform, is emerging in that way than things like Twitter and the website. So those are the two main components. When talking about institutional investors, the targeting for them is not really them directly. It's really the blogs that they read. So places like Seeking Alpha and StockTwits and the bloggers, and raising awareness among that group. So putting your content into like a Twitter format and making it very rich in terms of the amount of media you have, like, again, interviews with your CEO or something like that. That's where we see pickup happening in financial blogging, and that's where the targeting comes in terms of institutional investors.
So with the goal then of the IRO not just to be a representative of the company, but to also be a subject matter expert or something on that front, and be using the social media to kind of improve the profile of what they're bringing to the market and their expertise in their
Absolutely. I mean, the best companies that do it, it's really about being very helpful and being that subject matter expert in your particular space.
Right.
And then if bloggers in that market really look to you as that helpful resource, that's going to raise awareness and get your brand and your company in front of those bloggers and institutional investors in a way that probably isn't happening right now. So yes, absolutely.
Okay. Darrell, always a pleasure. Great to see you again. Thank you for being on the show. Greg Secord for Talking IR. We'll see you again soon.